let us understand first the difference between the concept of sex and gender. So there is this concept of sex and then there is a concept of gender. What is a sex? It's a biological classification on the basis of sexual organs, है ना? Sexual organs, you discriminate that whether a child which is born is a male or a female. This is a biological, and this is prevalent in human beings or in all species. All species. It's a natural thing. Okay? And this natural discrimination, biological discrimination, should it be removed? Of course, there is another. Transgenders plus. There are numerous variants also, though in rarity, but there are numerous variants. We will put it in one category, though it should not be ideally put in one category, because each one of them is very different with very different orientation and understanding, but for our educative purposes, for our understanding, we will put them in transgender. Now this is something which is biological. Should it be changed? Naturally should not be, because can you remove this difference? No. Is it an inequality? So this is difference. Biologically, male and female are different, but this is not inequality. Even if it is inequality, it is in favor of women, because women can propagate. Women can propagate, and evolution wise or natural evolution wise, biological evolution wise, the individual who is able to propagate is the one who is most in control of the species. If today women say बच्चा पैदा नहीं करेंगे, human species will be. So who controls it? Biologically, women, because they are giving birth, right? But the whole procedure of it creates problematic, because the whole pregnancy and giving birth, the whole thing actually also puts women in a vulnerable position physically. When they are pregnant, they will not be able to do hard work. When they are menstruating, they will not be able to do very hard work. After childbirth, because mother is the one who is feeding, will she be able to do hard work for longer time? So physically, it also puts her in a vulnerable position. But whatever the differences, they are the differences, they are not exactly inequalities. Even though biologically there is an unequal burden of child rearing, but child rearing becomes a problem only when yes. So till the time it is a tribe thing, it's fine. But the moment मतलब sociological आ गया concept, तो अब सोसाइटी को इधर ले आते हैं. जैसे ही सोसाइटी एंटर हुई, नोशंस किस में बदल गए? Now the notion is masculinity or male, femininity, female, and of course transgenders here also same. But gender is a sociological concept. ये natural था, biological था, ये sociological concept है. Sociological concept means that now society puts criteria of being a male and being a female. Tell me, what does a criteria for a boy means? Huh? Short hair. अच्छा, physical strength. Okay. Boys should not cry. मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, है ना? should not cry. Next. Chalo, he should be protective towards family members. Egoistic. Earning. Okay, which we can say, what do you say, provider. है ना? Provider. Okay, what else? All outdoor works. दूध पानी चाय लड़का लेकर आएगा, ब्रेड लेकर आनी है, जाओ भाग के ले आओ. Okay, what else? A particular type of clothing, है ना? What else? Blue color? No? Blue color? Favorite cartoon Spider-Man? और कौन सा होता है? सुपरमैन. ओके, सुपरमैन. चलो. अच्छा, they cannot wear jewelries. So this has changed a lot of times. In ancient times, king used to wear earrings also and all the things, but now, right now it is considered not right for the boys to wear jewelry. Even though yet some people wear what? Cricket. Cricket, football. Physical sports, yes. Physical sports. ये लिख लो बेटा, ये सब लिखना है, भजन नहीं चल रहा है यहाँ पे. हाँ, beard. Okay, okay. They can keep their facial hair. They can keep their facial hair, right? They don't need to wax. Fine. Acha, always support girls and build monuments for girls. Okay, okay, okay. Rather, can we say that they are more free to express love and sexuality, है ना? Free to express their love and sexuality. Okay, decision makers. They are considered to be the decision makers in family and in society. We can say that more free to express their political, economic, social, spiritual, religious ideas. Simple, सारे ideas वो ज़्यादा खुल के बता सकते हैं. Okay, what else? Okay, so they are more free on roads, or rather we can say less restriction on their movement, है ना? Less restriction on their movement. Okay, not to cry also means that they are trained to be less emotional, है ना? Trained to be less emotional. Okay, less safety concerns, freedom of travel हो गया, men are from Mars, women are from Venus हो गया, vulnerable if crime happens in society, male gender is more suspicious. Actually, that is because they are more there, na? What else? और बताओ. They are more free to adopt delinquent lifestyle. Delinquent lifestyle means taking liquor, smoking cigarette, eating pan parag. What do you say? Pan parag, tobacco, gutka. whatever you want to say. इसमें क्या है? Simple. They are more free. So do you see? Now तो आजकल देख लेते हैं. But earlier it was not possible to see girls smoking on the roadside freely or drinking liquor with few other girls on the back of the car. And generally it was not a usual sight. Still it is not a usual sight. Okay, what else? Men are handsome. यार कैसी बातें चल रही है तुम लोग, क्या चल रहा है ये? मतलब हाँ ना वॉइस तो गर्ल्स की भी स्ट्रांग हो सकती है. Should be financially independent, dangerous jobs, treated as propagator of generation. अच्छा चलो ये मान लेते हैं. Basically family, what do you say, family name है ना, lineage. Lineage is the thing that is associated with the male. Okay, anything else? All jobs are theirs. Blue, white, purple, green. It is acceptable for them to be dominating. Should तो नहीं होना चाहिए. It is acceptable by society. Acceptable by society if they are dominating. Movies देख लो. Movies are the picture of society. तो हीरो क्या बोलता है? तुम बाहर नहीं जाओगी, तुम उस लड़के से बात नहीं करोगी. Simple domination. Men are ready to take risk. Men are trained to be courageous. If in a day, if there is a boy and a girl, both are fearful of darkness, mothers generally or fathers generally take their daughters and say, oh mera beta डर गया, and immediately they will tell their son, डरना क्या होता है, क्यों डर रहे हो तुम, भागो यहाँ से, जाओ जाके देख कर आओ क्या है वहां पे, ऐसा क्या हो गया. Immediately they propel their sons to go in the dark, you know, because fearfulness is not considered a good quality in males. So we can say they are trained to be courageous. Trained to be courageous. Because if they are not courageous, they are laughed at. अरे डर गया, लड़का होके डर गया, लड़का होके डर गया, ऐसे कैसे डर गया, कल को तुम्हें तो सबको हिम्मत देनी है, तुम कैसे डर गए, है ना. So they are not allowed to. So if girls think that boys have a very good deal, let me tell you, they are not allowed to be weak, they are not allowed to cry, they are not allowed to be fearful, they are not allowed to be emotional, they are not allowed to be expressedly jovial, they are not allowed to be vulnerable. So they are also in a pretty restrictive environment, because the moment any batchmate, classmate, family members, cousins find a hint of weakness in a boy, the first thing that starts is bullying. अरे वो देखो लड़की की तरह रोता है, लड़की की तरह रोता है. Immediately the bullying starts. And even if that boy wants to maintain the what do you say, dignity, self-respect, he cannot do that until and unless he adopts to the social norm of being courageous. तो उसको चाहे डर लग रहा हो, बुरी हालत हुई भी हो, रोने का मन कर रहा हो, but he cannot, because the moment he does that, he will be called a coward. People will start making fun of him. Simple. So there are a lot of things that boy is not allowed to. Even if the boy wants that I want to cook one day, I want to cook according to my own wishes. In most families, in some family it is okay, but in most families it is not allowed. Mom will take it on her ego. मेरा बेटा किचन में जाएगा, किचन में. So this means that there are certain professions boy cannot take up. If supposedly a boy feels like that he would like to wear certain colors like pink, now it is okay. Nowadays it is okay. But earlier, अगर एक दिन किसी लड़के का मन करे कि मतलब मैं I want to wear a particular piece of jewelry, can the boy wear? No? He doesn't want to wear simple shirt and pant. He wants to wear something else, more innovative. Allowed? Ranveer Singh. So, देखो, what you have done with Ranveer Singh? You people have typed him, stereotyped him, no? This means that society doesn't accept moving away from that frame of boy that has been set. And if the boy also tries to move away from that frame, he will not be respected and he will be made fun of till the time he forcefully, unwillingly comes back to the frame. Ab female, tell me. Okay, we can say financially dependent most of the time. अभी तक ऐसा सोसाइटी के अंदर इमेज था that females are financially dependent. Okay, caring, expected to take care of the family. Huh? एक second. Okay, not allowed to express freely. अब freely कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है? Expression. अब हम इसको एक ही point में सारे points लिख लेते हैं. She is not allowed to express her sexuality. She is not allowed to express her opinions about polity. अगर सोचो अभी तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें चेंज हो गई हैं, है ना? आज के कंटेक्स्ट में चेंज हो गई हैं. वी विल सी कि मॉडर्न डेज में क्या क्या चीज़ें अभी भी इनइक्वल है. वी विल सी. Now a woman can say I will vote for this party and that party because of this. Initially or earlier, few years back, or rather few decades back, if a woman would say I am going to vote for this political, अच्छा तुम्हें बहुत पता है? तुम्हें क्या पता है पॉलिटी के बारे में? पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में तुम्हें क्या अंदाजा है? First reaction would have been not free to express opinion on polity, society, economic decisions and spiritual decisions. They are promoted to follow spirituality, not give spirituality. They are promoted to follow a religion, not start a religion. And you understand the difference between this and that? A religion. Okay. Tell me a religion started by a woman. No? मैं स्टार्ट करने वाली हूँ. जस्ट टू ब्रेक द जिंक्स, है ना? हमारा पहला रिलीजन है इक्वानिमिटी एंड है ना, हु ऑल आर रेडी टू बी द फॉलोअर्स. Okay, so after I get bored by teaching and all, I will enter into the realm of Babagiri religion, है ना? And then you all will have to become my regional disciples, taking care of, huh? देख लो भैया, रिलीजन खोल रहे, कॉर्पोरेशन नहीं खोल रहे। कोई इसे डिफरेंस समझाओ दोनों में। दिस इज व्हाट, देखो, दिस इज द करप्शन ऑफ माइंड दैट हैज बीन क्रिएटेड, इजंट इट? नहीं नहीं नहीं, एक सेकेंड, रिलीजन को प्रमोट करने के लिए फाइनेंस नहीं लगता, और जिस रिलीजन को प्रमोट करने के लिए फाइनेंस लगता है ना बेटा वो रिलीजन नहीं होता। बुद्धा ने फाइनेंस लगाया था क्या? The idea should be so strong that people follow, isn't it? Okay. How much ration for equanimity? राशन चाहिए तुम लोगों को इक्वानिमिटी ज्वाइन क्या? क्या? एक सेकेंड यार, तुम, हाँ, no, absolutely not. That it was so much against women, yaar. Women will say, oh, I will burn. Sati system कह रहे हो ना? Shakti cult. No. Again, it was not propagated by any woman. No, अभी हम किसी भी religion में ऐसा नहीं देखते हैं कि propounder was any female. Even in philosophy, we know in Vedas some names have been written like Gargi, Usha and all, but again, is anyone or any lady philosopher in ancient times who have given any major philosophy? Not there. Okay, and we will see why is the. अच्छा, अभी बात कर लेते हैं. Why do you think that a woman was not able to give any philosophy or religion? She could not think of one. Opportunity was not there. Rather, can we say, firstly, education was restricted. First. Secondly, she was not allowed to express. The moment she wanted to say something, अच्छा, अब तुम बताओगी? बहुत ज़बान खुल गई है. Immediately that was taken as being out of the woman role, and this out of the woman role restricted a lot of things. And it is said that in ancient Europe, some women gave a lot of ideas which were taken up by the males, and they have written. And one of the very famous example is of a Nobel laureate. I have just missed the name. He himself has acknowledged that his associate, who was a female, was the one who did all the research and everything. But just because she was a female, she was not allowed to present her findings at the science conference. Therefore, this scientist published it under his name. Then it got published. Later on, they experimented again. She experimented, and again she was. This person wanted कि इसका नाम जाए, क्योंकि मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं है, मेरा नाम क्यों जा रहा है? रिसर्च सब इस लड़की ने करी है. But still, her name was not allowed. So again, the Nobel Prize also went to the male scientist, and this is a recorded case, modern times. And similarly, few of the books mention about that the idea was taken from somewhere else, anonymous inspiration or anonymous writer. And there is this saying, most of the time anonymous was a woman. Most of the time anonymous was a woman, because she could not put her name, because the moment she will put her name, she will be bullied. Therefore, even if she wrote something, it did not get published, it was not entertained, or it was published in some other person's name. That is why historically we don't find what were the thoughts of women. You know, recently only when you might have heard about the, ये सब बेटा तुम्हें आंसर्स में लिखना है, ये कहानी नहीं, भजन नहीं चल रहा है, पहली बात. You understand this? These are the arguments you will have to write in your answers. All of these are arguments. So you must have heard about the texts like Mahabharata. So Mahabharata, Ramayana, we know the perspectives of different male leaders like Ram, like Ravan. Recently only the unknown female characters have been given sufficient, what do you say, importance, that someone should think about their perspective also. There is a famous book, Urmila. Huh? So this talks about the character of Urmila and the sacrifices she had to undergo. Similarly, Yashodhara, the wife of Buddha. And there is a WhatsApp message you must have all read, that if Yashodhara would have went just like Buddha one day, it was not Buddha who attained enlightenment, who was curious. If Buddha was normal, or what do you say, usual materialistic person, but the wife Yashodhara wanted to pursue the spirituality, wanted to search for the truth. And one night, with the child in the lap of Buddha, she would have left the palace on a horse and never to return, going through the jungles, searching for the truth and spirituality. What would have been the first, or what would have the society talked about? Character assassination of her? Immediately, बच्चे को छोड़ के चली गई. बच्चे को, कैसी माँ है, हस्बैंड को छोड़ दिया, शादी क्यों करी थी? And if a woman is going out alone, very vulnerable, and supposedly if she would have found the truth, would people believe? No, she wanted to start a sect. So challenges would have been how many times? Many times. So this means that even if there were people like Buddha in female body, they could not have become Buddha. And even if they became Buddha, nobody listened to them. So this means that historically, the intellectual and the expressive abilities of women were not given sufficient space. Simple. This is the problem of space for voice and expression. Simple? Okay. अरे ये क्या हो गया? चलो और बताओ. Physically weak. अरे हमने लिख तो लिया, physical strength कहीं तो लिखा था. अच्छा यहाँ नहीं लिखा था. Physical strength is less. And because the physical strength is less, this has been this is actually explanation given by various philosophers, that because the women have been physically weak, this, when the human was in nomadic, अरे यार चेयर रखना, फाइल में क्यों खड़ी? So when the nomadic style of life was there, what was the most important thing for a human survival? Physical strength. Because we had to fight animals, wild animals, with some rudimentary weapons, ना वो भाला, तीर कमान, छोटे मोटे, उनसे ही हमें काम चलाना पड़ता था. And apart from that, mobility was a very important thing, quick mobility. And because there were no child control measures available, women were frequently pregnant. And this frequently pregnant condition created or accentuated the physical barrier or physical difference between male and female, isn't it? And this difference created a system where male became the provider and female became the caregiver, and this caregiver and provider was actually a kind of a, what do you say, mutual agreement. Initially mutual agreement in the sense, ठीक है भाई खाना किसी को तो बनाना ही है ना, दोनों जंगल जाएंगे फिर दोनों आगे खाना बनाएंगे, भाई मैं जंगल से ले आता हूँ खाना, वो I will go hunting and you cook the food or you care for the progeny, because ultimately for any tribe or any propagation of the species, child rearing is also very important aspect, instinctively also, as well as it also made economic sense that time, more hands, more protection from different dangers. So it was kind of a mutual agreement, and but slowly and steadily, जैसे वो वर्ण सिस्टम जो था हमारा वो लंबे समय से चला तो by birth हो गया. Similarly, when women were not going to hunting regularly, their physical strength depreciated more, and they more and more became bound in the houses, and men became more and more free to go out. And this difference later on, and this difference was, what do you say, translated or carry forward in the future generations also till today. But problem is that between somewhere in industrial revolution, after industrial revolution specifically, the requirement of physical labor and strength vanished. Now, being a coder, does coding require physical strength? CEO, art, actor, most of the things now, especially the high paying jobs, doesn't require physical strength. Being prime minister, president, does it require a physical strength? No. Doctor, engineer, lawyer, CA. So somewhere initially it was a hard life for everybody, physical strength was a key deciding feature, but somewhere after industrial revolution this requirement of physical strength vanished. But because of the continued difference and continued social restrictions put on different genders, this opportunity could not be properly harnessed. क्योंकि इस बीच में क्या हो गया, इस बीच में वुमेन की वॉइस दबती चली गई, मेल की वॉइस उठती चली गई, जो सोशल स्टेटस था दोनों जेंडर्स का उसमें डिफरेंसेस बढ़ गए. देयर वाज अ डिफरेंस इन द वॉइस, status, empowerment and all these things of two genders. And even when the physical strength was no more a key factor in survival or status of society or empowerment or everything else, the lack of what do you say, precedents, the lack of overall societal foundation, the environment was such created that women could not take advantage of such change properly. But slowly and steadily women are taking important roles, like in professions of IT sector, civil services, all of these things, they are taking up important roles. But still, why is there inequality? वही हमारा पूरा वही बात हम कर चुके ना कि उनको एजुकेशन प्रॉपर नहीं दी गई और रोल्स फिक्स्ड हो गए. इतने सालों से, इतने जनरेशन से रोल फिक्स हो गए. To change the roles, to change the social roles, it will take time, and it is slowly and steadily happening. With each passing generation, the equality is increasing and inequality is decreasing. Earlier, women were not allowed to vote. So, first wave of feminism talked about voting rights. We should also have voice, political voice. Then The moment you have political voice, you want to get social and economic rights, equal wages, prevent or protection from sexual harassment at workplace, all of these things will come. And later on, when you have all this, what else do you want? Equality in all other features and dimensions, like technological rights, reproductive rights, whether a woman wants to have baby or not, should abortion be allowed or not, should a woman be able to decide whether and how she wants to take care of the baby. Discussion on autonomy of body started, and all of these things gave rise to controversial questions of the day. Controversial questions of the day are associated with our notions and understanding of gender and their roles. Very much simple. You understood the timeline? Like first question, there are a lot of things that we will discuss in it, but the first thing we can discuss is, should women be allowed to have right for abortion or not to have child? How many of you support it? And how many of you don't? Abortion. Why? Okay, and if it's a rape victim? Neutral, depends on the situation. Yes, unwanted, then yes, challenging stereotypes, unless threatening her life. So I'll tell you, there is the case of there are a lot of cases in these Nordic countries or Scandinavian countries. There was this case of Sweden, I think, Sweden or Denmark. Sweden, Ireland wala case tha. Indian doctor. That lady was carrying a baby, and the baby had some problem, and because in those countries on religious grounds abortion is not allowed, she was not allowed to abort the child, and this took her life. This was a very famous case, है ना? So should religion be allowed to guide the right of woman's body? No? Now imagine that male in religion, male is also bound, or can religion bind being a mother? The responsibility of managing everything for a child lies on live example. Even when one is taking a class, she is still responsible for the child. I cannot silence my phone because my baby is there with family, of course. हाँ, क्या कह रही है? My baby is no. But I have to be on call, because yes, responsibility immediately. This means that even if a female is pursuing some career, she still has to take on the double burden. वो आएगा, क्वेश्चन आता है, सोशियोलॉजी में भी आता है, यूपीएससी में भी आता है. The dual burden of feminine roles, या फिर dual burden of a female. What is dual burden? Job plus family. So the earlier responsibilities of family has not gone away. New responsibilities of jobs have, so it's like double burden. And that is why now you slowly and steadily see that now with the growing demand that male also participate in the household activities, sharing the burden. Now the washing machine owners also show males washing the clothes. All the these food products have now started to create males, showing males in the kitchen cooking something. Society is changing, advertisements and movies are changing, है ना? Earlier there was movies like वो कभी खुशी कभी गम, और कौन से, हम साथ साथ हैं, है ना? हम साथ साथ हैं. सोनाली बेंद्रे, डॉक्टर, still cooking like, she is still trying to get appreciation for her halwa, isn't it? She feels that he's, so being her as a doctor is not important. The appreciation of in-laws and the husband would be dependent on the taste of her halwa. Can you see the depiction? And now we have movies like Kian Ka, है ना? Some दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे, पता नहीं क्या क्या टाइप की चल रही हैं जो ये मॉडर्न मूवीज. हाँ हाँ. And the recent one where Alia Bhatt and Ranbir Kapoor is also there. नहीं देखी होगी तुम लोगों ने, तुम यूपीएससी के बच्चे, अच्छी बात है. हाँ 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 हाँ, रणवीर सिंह देखे हैं, ये देखे हो तुम लोग, है ना? काम की कोई अच्छी मूवी नहीं देखी तुम लोगों ने, बट ठीक है. नॉट ब्रह्मास्त्र, रॉकी एंड रानी समथिंग. ओके, so you understood that with that depiction, the depiction of cinema is also changing, and with cinema the society gets influenced. This dual role is there. This dual burden you must mention whenever there is this inequality in your answers. Dual burden must be mentioned, the dual role. उसके बाद बताओ और क्या है? Clothes. So a particular type of clothing is very much expected out of female. Yes, prescribed norms. So short clothes not appreciated, criticized. But the problem is same is with the boys. Is it an inequality? Is it an inequality? लड़का छोटे कपड़े पहनकर आ जाएगा तो then also criticized. तो यहाँ पे तो कोई inequality है नहीं. It is just that the boys don't have the courage to do it. Some girls do it. Simple. What? तुम लोग कैसे बच्चे हो भाई? That is why the courage is required, na? So there is no inequality. Society doesn't treat males any better than women in such things. Okay? Of course, the sexualization of female body is such that it is more objectified in that sense. Just because of that's again a social image that has been created. Objectification of women. Okay. Next, what else? How do so boys get their worth? The boys find their worth in family and society through their what do you say, masculinity, which includes courage and which includes a little boldness, and from earning. तीन चीज़ों से अपनी रिस्पेक्ट कमाते हैं वो, है ना? What are they? Courage, boldness, and financial independence or earning. Majorly they earn respect from these three. What is important for women to have her worth?